So are steam canners safe? Yes. I'm going to show you in this video all the parts and exactly how it works. Because in 2015, the University of Wisconsin Co-op Extension did testing on these and approved them as an approved method for home preservation. I want to show you a steam canner. Some of you might not be familiar with steam canners. The first thing I want to say about them is they had steam canners back in the probably mid-20s. These were not recommended as proper canning equipment because they hadn't been tested, but they were used back then. In 2015, they did do testing on steam canners. These are not for low acid foods, so like your green beans, potatoes, meat, anything like that you would have to can, as always, in a pressure canner. However, your jams, jellies, pickles, high acid tomato products, those can be canned in a steam canner. It's basically the same procedure and the times are the same as if you were using a water bath canner. Let me show you what the differences are. So first you have this domed lid, and on top of the lid you can see there's a gauge for zones 1, 2, and 3. And it tells you on the gauge what zone you are if you know what your altitude is. My altitude is under 1,000 feet above sea level, so I'm a level 1. There are different green strips on there according to your zone. There's also a steam hole in the back of the canner, and that will face the back of your stove. So the word fruit saver and your gauge should be facing the front. The reason I like this canner is because instead of the typical water bath canner where you have to fill your water up to about 1 to 2 inches above your jars, this only takes 2.5 quarts of water. Now empty, this aluminum canner weighs a little under 3 pounds. It's lightweight. With your 2.5 quarts of water in the bottom, and this is your rack to set your jars on, it keeps your jars off of the heat source and off the bottom, but your water goes in here, 2.5 quarts. Put in your rack, and then you're going to put the lid on it, and you're going to heat it up on your burner to bring that water up to a simmer. You're raw packing. Then you're going to have your water up to about 140 degrees before you add your jars. If you're hot packing like we are, with the hot jam, hot jars, you want your water in the bottom of this steam canner at about 180 before you add your jars. Once they're in the canner, you're going to put the lid on, and you're not going to take it off at any time. You can get steam burns from this, so you leave your lid on, and you're going to turn your heat up to high, and you're going to bring this water to a boil. You have to get your water temperature up so that that red needle is in the green area for your zone, your altitude. The lid away from yourself so the steam doesn't come at you. So steam canning is, the benefits I think is that it's smaller, it doesn't weigh as much, uses less water, uses less electricity because it's going to come up to boil a whole heck of a lot faster than one of those big canners. You don't have to worry about the heavy canner weight on your stove. I have a glass top stove, but I can pressure canning, water bath, and steam can on it. I have a special burner that's for canning. So this is lightweight. And then when you're done, you're not lifting out this heavy rack to hang on the sides of your canner like you do in a water bath canner. I think there's a lot of benefits when I'm making jam or any kind of jellies. I think this is a lot more economical way to do it, and to me it's easier, and it is approved as of 2015. It is an approved canning method by the National Center for Home Food Preservation. Okay. So we're ready to put on our fruit steamer, or fruit saver. To take out the rack from the bottom. We're going to pour in 2.5 quarts of water. When you're done putting in your 2.5 quarts of water, that should bring you just under the rack that you're going to set your jars on. Remember the vent hole in the back? You want that facing the back of your burner. Because I'm in lower Michigan, I have less than 1,000 feet. We're going to go down into this darker green area, if you can see that on the lid. My red needle is going to raise as it starts to heat up. I want to get it to about 180 degrees before I put my hot jars in. And I'm just going to use my handy dandy jar lifter. Set them on the tray away from the edges. Now we're gonna put our lid on. Again, with the hole facing the back of the stove. There, it fit on. It's on there good. Now what we're going to do is wait for that red needle to come up into the dark green area, which is zone 1, and that's me. The steam canner, once I get it up to the correct reading on the dial, is going to can the jelly or the jam for 10 minutes. Now you can see the steam is coming out of it, but we're going to keep watching it as the temperature raises. It's literally been about 12 minutes, and as you can see, we're already in the dark green area for zone 1. As long as I am in that dark green area, I am in the range for my altitude to steam can. So I'm going to give it maybe another minute, and then I'm going to slowly turn my heat down to about a medium, maybe medium high. Our timer's gone off, so we turn the heat off. Don't touch the lid, just leave it there. Let it set 5-6 minutes. Open this canner away from yourself. See all that steam? Set it down over here. Now, this is a time to let them set and get used to the air outside of the canner. So I just let them sit there for a few minutes. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes. I'm going to take them out of the canner, put them on my cloth. With the steamer, the Fruit Saver is made by the Victorio company. And when they did their testing in 2015, they used the Victorio Steam Canner in their test. That was one of them. I'm not endorsed by them. I just want you to know that if you're interested in looking for a steam canner, that this one is one that was tested. So that's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. This is the only water I have left to deal with. If you have any questions about canning, I'll put a link to the National Center for Home Food Preservation. I'll put that link in the description. You can go there, look up the canning, the steam canning method, and investigate it yourself. That's what I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I am very excited to have used the steam canner making strawberry jelly for you, or strawberry jam for you, so you can see how it works, how easy it is, and how lightweight it is. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know down below. If high acid foods, fruits, jams, jellies, pickles, high acid tomatoes, not for low acid foods, green beans, potatoes, meat, anything you need a pressure canner for. This is just a substitute in a quicker way than a hot water bath canner. Please like, that helps me. If you share and subscribe, that helps me. I appreciate it. Come back and let's do some more canning and some more baking and cooking together. Till next time, bye guys.